Because we are controlling transmission. You're in the mix with Lil Drummer Girl. With your host, Dawn Marie.
Hey, it's DM here. Welcome to another episode of Little Drummer Girl.
Today we have a very special guest.
Barbara Marville Kelly.
Barbara was a signature personality on the Home Shopping Network for 15 years. She brought light, warmth, and fantastic skincare products to millions of viewers. After years of dedicated expertise presenting a myriad of categories with guests such as Jennifer Flavin-Stallone, Wolfgang Puck, Lisa Gibbons, Susan Lucci, Dick Clark, Suzanne Summers, and so many more. Barbara has since moved on and has been joined by millions when she launched new shows such as Week in Review, Pillow Talk, and Marvelous Fashions. I'm so excited to have Barbara on the show today. Barbara has given her nickname the Glam Ma. So welcome, Barbara. Welcome to the show.
Hi, good morning. That's pretty funny, the Glam Ma, right. I never thought I'd ever say that. Actually, my friend British Board, who was another show host at HSN, wrote me and said, you have to call yourself Glam Ma. I said, okay, I'll buy into that.
I know we only have a few minutes with our time together, and I would love to pick your brain for our listeners so that we can get them as many pearls of your wisdom and aha moments as possible. So if it's okay with you, Barbara, I'd love to jump right in.
Absolutely. Go right ahead, dear.
Awesome. Tell me something. How did you become a host on HSN? And did you always want to be on television?
No, as a matter of fact, it just came about. I was a kid in school that was really afraid to raise my hand to answer questions, so I was a little timid and shy, believe it or not. And I was doing luxury real estate at the time down in the area of Snell Isle in St. Petersburg, and I was doing an open house on a beautiful luxury home, and this gal came bouncing in, and her name was Alice Cleveland, and at the time I was actually working at HSN in the evening on the inbound, outbound phone calls. So luxury real estate was a little on the lull side then. And Alice came into my open house with a client as she was doing real estate in addition to her hosting position. And long story short, we got to talking, and I was saying how I was working over there. She said, oh, you're one of the new show hosts? I bet you're great. And I go, no, Alice, I'm not. I'm working in the credit card department over there part-time. And she said, oh, no, you have to go in and do a screen test and become a show host. So she opened the doors for me. Long story short, I was on the air in 2 weeks after I sold a cordless phone as my sample demo and a necklace, and the rest was history. I just loved every minute of it. I was there 15 years, and I started in television in my mid-40s when a lot of news anchors are thinking about retiring. Well, at least at that time they were. Now they stay a long time, you know.
That is amazing. You just never know in life how things are going to turn out. And it's always being in the right place at the right time.
I think you're right about that, and I really feel that I've been led into a path and on a journey to give back. And I know that now as I look back wondering, what am I doing? Working all these early morning shows and loving my customers, but working against your circadian rhythms can always be a little bit of a challenge.
Absolutely. I remember when I was doing the on-call fashion styling in HSN, and they would have me come in at 2 in the morning and work till 7 in the morning and then come back that afternoon at 3 p.m. till 8 p.m. And I'm thinking, I can't do this. This is insane. This is like for a 22-year-old, and I was not 22 at the time. So
you know what I'm about.
Absolutely. And I'm just glad that I was able to actually get an office position with them in the executive department. That was a good thing because normal hours were a lot better for me. I like having some kind of structure in my life. I find it really important, and not having a steady schedule can kind of like throw you off in a really bad way, and you don't get everything done, and then your body takes a toll and it goes through so much stress. But okay, I have to tell our listeners something here about you because I think it's amazing. Barbara, you said you're 66, is that correct?
Yes, I just turned 66.
Happy birthday. And
thank you.
I can't believe you just did this amazing charity. Can you tell us about it, the local Dancing with the Stars?
Yes, I was asked to do this Dancing with the Local Stars, and the charity was the Junior Service League, who I've always been very passionate about, so I didn't even hesitate, and I just said, yes, of course I will. Little did I realize the training that goes along with that, but I learned more capabilities about myself and just not setting limits and things like that. Really putting my efforts out there to do the best I possibly could. And quite honestly, I really shocked myself because I was doing lifts and twirls and all this crazy stuff, and I'm going, really? But that has something to do with when I was working at HSN, I really had to take better care of myself because of the crazy hours and stuff. And so I started back then, and then, of course, I do Tai Chi and Qigong with my husband, and that has made a big difference. So I really, taking care of yourself, and sometimes, like you say, working those crazy hours, you have the choice to let yourself get run down or choose to get back into the gym, start working out, and taking care of your body, because it's never too late to really get started, easing into it and everything. So that's what really helped me with my last little escapade with my 20-year-old dance partner. It was pretty hysterical. I just couldn't believe what my body was able to do.
And didn't you say you had some auto injuries from a long time ago as well?
Yes, I was in 3 car accidents. I was rear-ended 3 different times. Yep. Yeah, that put in a little tailspin. Pardon the pun.
Okay. But there again, that. It's not fun.
Yeah, we were talking about that before the show, and it's again one of those things where got to make some choices. Don't want to sit and do nothing, so you just dig in and do your research and find out what kind of options we have out there. And so I help heal myself through massage, chiropractic, acupuncture, mind, body, spirit, meditation, prayer, all that.
Awesome. Let me ask you a question. You mentioned something earlier about you and your husband doing a business together. Now, I think it's Tai Chi related, yes?
Well, my husband's been certifying Tai Chi instructors for a number of years. He is a 5-time world martial arts champion, and he started certifying because he realized that the Tai Chi and the Qigong were his secrets to win 5 world championships at an age where most martial artists would have retired.
Wow.
And so when we met in 1996, he was in the process of writing his book, 6 Steps to the Fountain of Youth, and he kind of used me as a guinea pig. And that being said, it worked. It really worked. And so he and I just decided that we were going to join forces and work towards helping people live a better quality of life, which is what we're still doing today. The interesting thing about my tenure with Home Shopping Network is it really gave me a lot of confidence, and it also showed me my strength in an arena that I had never been to before. I did not go to school to become a television host. It was something that it was innate, and I developed a very quick passion for it and loved it and just loved the connection with the viewers and everything. But little did I realize, it also taught me how to come up with your own product, which we did. And we sold my husband's videos and books on the Home Shopping Network, and we have updated those. And then I have my own skincare, which I put together with a really fantastic formulator. So you just never know where you're going to go, but you just have to kind of listen to the message, Just when I'm thinking I might be going down this road, and then God just points me in a different direction, I go, okay, all right, just give me the help I need, and I'll go there. So
that is awesome. You mentioned your skincare product, and I'm a makeup artist, and I love skincare. And I actually worked for the Clinique Marketing Treat in the Estee Lauder executive offices in Manhattan when I lived out there. And I got so into the skincare and the formulations and R&D and et cetera, and even packaging, because I had responsibilities with that. But it was so much fun. I just love texture, and I love playing around with all these fun items. Can you tell us about your skincare line?
Well, one of the reasons why I don't want to say it was accident, because nothing's really an accident. I was talking to my friend who had sold on HSN, and we were talking about some other anti-aging products, and we just got to talking about skincare, and she said, Barbara, I'll do a signature collection for you if you want. And it's just right out of the clear blue sky in our conversation.
Wow.
So really, and I thought, wow. Well, she was a medical esthetician and has worked with plastic surgeons and burn victims. And so I knew her product inside and out because we sold it very well on HSN. So we just teamed up and been really good. We're actually getting ready to add a few more formulations, right? The skincare line that I use is the Platinum line, and it's just packed full of peptides, organic, it's safe. We don't do animal testing on it or anything like that. And it's effective, but yet it's safe. And that's what I love about it, because I remember taking so many phone calls from my viewers that had very, very sensitive skin. And while we can't make any claims or cures or anything like that, I was really thrilled to know that I could have targeted skincare for the young and the young at heart, and know that it would be probably one of those skincare lines where people would feel really comfortable using it, because it was very gentle, but yet powerful.
Right. Now that's awesome. I would like to try it. How can our listeners, if they want to, pick some up, where can they find that?
They can go to barbaramarville.com and just click on the Barbara Marville Signature Collection. And if there was one product that I would recommend, it would be the enzyme peel, the Platinum enzyme peel, because that goes on, it's like an exfoliant, and you just put that on your skin and let it dry, and then you just peel it off. And I tell you, your skin just looks so much more beautiful and allows fresher skin to emerge after you get the dead skin cells off. And you can use this with whatever skincare you're using now, because sometimes we get, stuck with the products that we love, and we don't want to change. We might change for one product and see how we like that. And sometimes, it takes a transition. As I know, I'm stuck in my ways. I've been using the Platinum collection, and it does actually have platinum in it. I've been using that for years now, and I'm always getting really great compliments on my skin, so I really love that.
And when I saw you at the Amazing Women meeting, your skin looked phenomenal. So I would definitely be interested in checking out the line, because we all need a little help here and there. So.
Well, I'd love to help you with it. Absolutely.
Awesome. If you can offer our listeners one piece of advice as entrepreneurs who are out there looking to reach their goals, what might that be?
As far as going after it, as far as what?
Pretty much going after it, not giving up, what to look out for, because you've done so many different product lines out there that of your own, and some of the pitfalls. Maybe it's negotiating skills, or I don't know. Just I feel like you have this pearl of wisdom out there again.
The thing that I would definitely say is to, first of all, identify what it is that you want to do. And it's almost like when you know deep in the pit of your soul what you want to do, it's like an aha moment. It's like, oh, that's it. I got it. This is what I'm going to do. And unless you have that, it's really hard to develop that deep-seated passion, which will be the driving force for you to achieve exactly what you want to do. The other thing is I am a very big believer in prayer, meditation, and manifestation through God's laws of the universe, the universal laws of attraction. What you think about, you bring about. And I tell you, it works every time. I live a very heart-empowered based life. I live from my heart. My heart gives me all the decisions, and if I make a head decision, I'm usually going down the wrong path. And it comes with practice after a while. And you just know when your heart's speaking and when your head's speaking. And when your head's speaking, it's kind of like that, I don't really know if I want to do this, but I'm going to do this anyway, even though I don't really know for sure. But when your heart's speaking, that's when the passion and the excitement and that never give up attitude is, I know I'm going to do this. And that just puts your body and your vibrational energy out into the universe and just attracts what you need to get the job done. And
Amen.
I'll tell you, power.
I love it, because that's exactly right. I find that I couldn't have said it any better. It's amazing how I think that little voice we hear inside of us is actually from God saying, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that, do this, do that, follow this road, follow that road. And even if we make mistakes along the way, it's just to help us learn, oh, okay, don't do that again. Do it this way.
Well, it's true. You're absolutely right on. At least I can speak that way from my own experience. And I'm working on several books and several coaching programs that both my husband and I do together. And it really is a lot of what has come to me, especially since I left home shopping, was the manifestation and just getting it. Like I joke around with it and I say I'm getting something from the other side, because I can be sitting cooking my dinner and all of a sudden a chapter will come to me, and the name of the chapter in my eye, or the title of something, or a concept of something. And I never used to do that before because I would not allow myself to be quiet long enough to get out of my own way to allow that to come into my consciousness. And now that I'm able to do that, it's pretty funny, because if I need like a red sweater, I'll think about it long enough, I'll envision what I want, and honestly, I will go out to the store and I will get it that day. And it's crazy stuff. But
it really is. And I keep telling people, I said, you have to try it because it really works. I mean, it's pretty spectacular. It really is. And people still think like, yeah, sure, but they really need to try it. And the other thing I find is when you write things down, it just crystallizes it. And then it's like, boom, there it is. Didn't have to think about it. And somebody actually came knocking on my door. I didn't have to go to their door. They came to my door.
Right. And I think we're all used to the little circumstance where we'll be thinking of someone and then they'll call.
Exactly.
My husband and I was Deepak Chopra. I'm sure you've heard of Deepak.
Oh, yes.
We were actually guests at his Primordial Sound meditation over here in Innisbrook in Florida. Oh, this was a few years back. And we went in, and my husband was teaching the class some breathing techniques and everything, because we were going to be doing meditation and all that. And it was just amazing working with Deepak for a whole week. It was just a private 100 people. There was only 100 of us there, and he got on the subject of non-local communication, that really is a real thing. Somebody 3,000 miles away from us, you can be thinking of them, and they are getting that message. And he went into this long dissertation about that. It was so fascinating. It really went a long way. It just really went a long way.
Oh, that is amazing. I wish that's a blessing.
I know.
That's amazing. Oh, my gosh. I do not want to forget to ask you this, because I didn't get a chance to ask you this the other day. Who does your hair? Okay, because I have been looking for a hairstylist here in Tampa for 5 years now, and I cannot find one that I can trust.
I've had several, but right now I'm going to the Aquaterra Salon in Trinity.
Actually, I don't live far from Trinity, so I'm excited. That's pretty close by. And
good. Well, let me know when you're going over there. We'll have a coffee.
That sounds good.
All right.
Let me just ask you one last question. What would you say was one of the biggest challenges you faced in your life?
Being a single mom.
And how many children do you have?
I have 2 sons, and they fared very well through the whole transition.
That's amazing. And did you have to do that when they were very young, or were they?
Well, actually, my oldest son he'd already been gone to college, so I had a teenager at home, and it was a challenge, but we got through it through my faith and a little bit of tough love.
I'm glad to hear you say that, because, I think today parents are just a little too lenient with their kids, and I think they want to become really good friends with them, and I think, well, yeah, you want to be friends with them, but they also have to realize that they are the parent, and where do you draw the line? So I noticed that with my niece, who's in her 40s, but she has a daughter, and I remember when she was a little girl, and she would just talk back to her or something like that, and I would say, you can't let her do that, because she'll just run all over you, and that'll be the end of that, and you won't have any control over your children, So
totally understand. I'm very proud of my sons now. They're both very well accomplished in business, and they're hard workers. They show a lot of respect for others and honor themselves. And my oldest son was just married a year ago, and we have a beautiful little grandson. So it's all good. Life is good, and family and friends are the most important to me in the whole wide world. I really feel like the best thing that you can have when it comes to wealth is the wealth in your heart.
Oh, I love that. That is beautiful. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know you have a crazy schedule, and I hope to be able to catch you next Dancing with the Local Stars. And
oh my goodness, another one?
I know I'm going to have one once a year.
I know it's on YouTube somewhere. I'll have to find it and send it to you. It was pretty fun. Well, thank you, my dear, and I look forward to maybe you'll come on our primetime TV show that airs on the internet at www.primetimetvshow.com every Monday live at 5 Eastern Time. So we'll have to talk about that.
Sounds great. I just want to let our listeners know that I would love for you to continue to live out your passions. Don't give up or don't give in on your dreams. And remember, it's never too late to begin. Until